second battle of the first week. We have the TOKKI Absols, a brand new team here, and we also have the Brandon Bayleefs, who has gone through no changes from their logo or names in the past three times of this league. First one being the PCL, but Brandon Bayleefs is just a heckin' veteran at this point. Fantastic person. But let's introduce our first team. Who do you want to introduce, Susu? Do you want to introduce either of these?
Um, I don't really have a preference on which one to introduce.
All right. Well, I will introduce Nevermore. The TOKKI Absols, led by Nevermore, playing.
You know about Never more than I do.
Yeah.
So
Playing for the DGTI. I don't know if I'm saying this right. EV charity. I think it's a German charity. I could be
I mean,
wrong,
how
but I
else
don't
would you
know.
pronounce it?
Yeah, I have no idea. But this team, I'm really excited to see this team battle. Nevermore and I became pretty good friends ever since I joined their Overwatch team, and they wanted to join this. So I'm like, yeah, let's hack and do it. So I'm really excited to see Nevermore battle.
I
Really,
want to say one thing about their team sheet.
hmm?
That purple text is kind of hard to read on the background.
It is. I couldn't. I even made it darker too. I think it's just mostly the bio that's harder to read. Like I can read the bigger text pretty well, but I might have
Some
to
of the
change.
Pokemon names are a little harder. Some
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah. I might make a change to it, but we'll see. But this team, um, more experienced in VGC style battles, so this is their first time like
Is their
actually
first
going
single.
for a single battle. So I'm really excited to see what they can do here. We have the OU Pokemon, the Dragonite with the normal Terra type, which scares the heck out of me. I'm pretty sure everyone knows um, the strat at this point, but it's still really scary to do. We also have the Ghost type Terra Iron Valiant. For the Yuyumons, we have the Grass type Toxapex and the Fire type Scizor, which the Fire type Scizor is absolutely terrifying, I think. RU, we have the Electric type Shedinja, which I know that I know what that Terra strat is going to be as well. We have the Dark type Crocodile and a Rock type Cleavor. For the Enumons, we have the Dark type Absol leading the team, or the mascot of this team is that Dark type Absol. The Ghost type Ramogas, and we have a Water type Serena. I realized I messed up on the coloring on the bottom left corner. Ruh-roh. For the PU
Oh,
Pokemon, we have the Steel type Weezing, the Bug type Volbeat, Flying type Grafaiai, and the Water type Thwacky. Again, I'm really excited to see what this team is going to do this season. Um,
so
yeah.
yeah, with Greninja, it's like a mashup between like three different good Terra types you can use with it.
Oh yeah. No. Shedinja, Electric type Air Balloon, Wonder Card, easy. Uh, it's,
Yeah.
it's terrifying. Yeah. No. Let's move on to our next team here.
Okay. And here we have the Brandon Bayleefs, which, as Volpix said earlier, it's one of the uh, one of the veterans from not just last season, but also from the PCL.
Hmm.
Um, uh, the Brandon Bayleefs are of course led by Brody Ring, and they're playing for the. I don't know why I'm nervous about botching the name, but the Palestine Silver Relief Fund. Um, for their OU Pokemon, they have Barraskewda, which is a Water Terra type, which, I guess, if I remember right, having the same Terra type as what your Pokemon's type already is just gives it even more stab or something.
Yes, it
Yeah.
gives. So if you Terra into a type that you already are, you get the double stab instead of the extra 1 point or instead of the 1.5 stab,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah. Um, and then they have one of Unova's Swords of Justice, Terrakion, as with a fighting type, which again, same type as Terrakion normally is.
Oh, I need
Uh,
to interrupt you for a second.
mhm.
I'm sorry. So so since we added Paradox Pokemon and Legendaries, we were originally gonna have them banned for this season, but I I, I realized that they're only
We didn't have enough Pokemon.
no, we only had enough Pokemon to have like two left over from OU. So I'm gonna go over the rules that I went over for the legendaries and paradox Pokemon just really quick. So people who aren't part of this league, who are watching on YouTube, just so happen, um, just to go over the rules that we had. So we also have rules for Terra types, which I will also go over. So
We should have talked about this in the first
we
battle, but
we
didn't think about
really
it.
should have, but it just popped into my head. So for the uh legendary and paradox Pokemon, we are only allowing one paradox or legendary per team. And all of the most of the paradox mons and legendaries were in the OU tier. If you drafted a legendary, you could not draft a paradox and vice versa. I just thought, oh, and legendaries, the only legendaries that were allowed were the ones that were under 600 base stat total.
Yeah, okay.
So if it was 600 or more, they were not allowed. Under 600 were allowed in OU. And for the Terra types, you have to lock in a Terra type per Pokemon, which is going to be the same Terra type that you can use for the entire season. You do, however, have one Terra type change per Pokemon per season. So if you realize that, like, if the Bayleefs realize, like, okay, maybe water type Barraskewda is not working for me too well, I want to change it to a different type. So you can change it once per season, per Pokemon. And yeah, I thought that was just the. It might not be the best way to balance Terras and Legendaries, but that is the only way that I can think of to be the most balanced as possible. Because I don't
Yeah,
want
because
anyone to have an advantage, you know.
it's like we need the extra Pokemon.
Yeah, and we really needed we really needed the extra Pokemon. So I was like, you know what, I will allow it, but I need to balance it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that was my little thought process of the little added rules that we have here. Anyway, go ahead and continue introducing the team.
I will say this one like dumb little realization. If if legendaries above 600 would have been allowed, there would be exactly two ways that you could get both a paradox and a legendary. Rhydon and Rhydon.
Yep. Oh my
Actually,
gosh, I'm pretty sure
actually
they're
no. I
both
guess
Ubers. So,
yeah. Actually no. I guess there is technically also the
oh, the
one from DLC.
Iron Leaves and
Iron Leaves, Walking
Wake
Wake,
and
all of
Iron
those.
Boulder, Iron Crown, Gouging Fire, and
Yeah.
what's it called? What's
So
it
there are
called?
some exceptions.
Yeah,
Um, I don't even remember which ones you said already.
it was just after Tracheon. Sorry, I interrupted you after Tracheon.
No, I was talking about the names you were.
Oh, the names. Oh, whatever. I forgot
Anyway,
anyway.
anyway, in UU we have Broom, which has the Flying Terra type, which is kind of interesting because Broom Pure Grass. Yeah. No. Yes. I don't even remember. Okay, I'm thinking of Lotad that has water in addition. Oh, Lotad and the Ludicolo.
Mhm.
And then they have Hisuian Gudra, which is fairy type. It's kind of interesting to me because that doesn't really seem too offensive or defensive because it's
It's
already neutral to fairy damage.
but it's very defensive because it's only weak to poison and fairy, or no, poison and steel, which if you're not expecting it to terastallize, it's immune to steel or immune to poison and
Oh,
resisted to steel already. So like it's a good way to like catch you off guard. Like yeah,
yeah,
it's a good way to balance out some of the weaknesses that it has or resistances that it has.
yeah. Okay.
Because like yeah, like it's
Um,
weak to fighting already, and fairy type just resists that. Then
yeah. True. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually. Um, and then for RU, they have Politoed, which is Steel type. I actually have to look at some of these icons closely. Um,
make it bigger at all.
yeah, Steel.
I can't make it bigger at all.
It's just that some of them have icons that look similar from this distance for me. I don't know why. At least the colors are slightly different.
That's fair.
Um,
Yeah.
and they have Seismitoad, which is ground terra type, and if I'm remembering forget which ones they are. Um, yeah, it's already ground type, so
Yeah.
that's another offensive one right there. You'd think I would know Seismitoad better since it came out in the generation that I ended up like getting my getting my first shiny in. Um, and then they have after Seismitoad, they have Starmie, which they've given a normal Terra type to, which I mean that just seems like a defensive type, honestly.
Yeah, it's a really good defensive type because it had a lot of weaknesses as its water psychic, is what I'm assuming.
uh, yeah. Meanwhile, as it's normal, it only has one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only has fighting type. Oh yeah,
Oh.
it has 5 weaknesses without the Terra type.
Yeah, and then it's gonna be neutral to one of its or immune to one of its weaknesses already of ghost
Oh
type.
yeah, yeah, that's a really defensive. Um, yeah, you missed our battle, Fen.
Yeah, this is battle 2, but this is week 1, so I mean you're both right.
I mean, yeah, yeah. Um, anywho, for their NUs, they have Tentacruel with a poison Terra type, which another offensive one. I believe Tentacruel is already poison type.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kilowattrel, which they've given electric type to, another offensive one. So I'm thinking nice, like a sort of balance between offensive and defensive Terra types on Brody's team. Um, Overquill, which that's actually another Hisuian mon that I don't remember if anyone used last season.
It was not used last season.
It's gonna be interesting to see how it performs. Brody's given Overquill given Overquill a water Terra type, which yeah, it was a water type already, I think.
It is dark
Water
poison, so no.
Wow, okay. I guess I'm just thinking of normal quillfish
Yeah,
at
normal
that point.
quillfish.
For PU, the Brandon Bayleefs have Electrode with Ice Terra type. That would be defensive, correct?
I believe. I don't know.
Um,
I don't know what it's for, but I'm not going to try to speculate.
fair. Eldegoss with a Steel Terra type.
Scares the heck out of me.
Female Basculegion, one of those other Pokemon that actually has different stats and stuff depending on gender. Um, with Ghost Terra type. Interesting.
It's going to boost
And
its stab
Bronzong,
even more.
yeah. And Bronzong with a Fighting Terra type,
Which is terrifying.
yeah, yeah. Um, what is interesting to me about that one, though, is that Bronzong is normally still in Psychic, so they are actually getting rid of. I mean, yeah, they're getting rid of a lot of their weaknesses and just replacing it with just 3 weaknesses instead.
Yeah.
Because normally Bronzong has 4 weaknesses, but then actually they're getting rid of a lot of their resistances more than anything.
Yeah.
Kind of odd.
This Terra format seems really well thought out. Personally, I don't understand Terra types too well, so mine are kind of just basic. But it seems like Brody really thought out the Terra types, especially because Electro. I don't know what the Ice type is for, but
yeah.
I trust his judgment. So.
And yeah, I'm not really too used to Terra types either. I just know that most of mine came from Smogon.
Yeah.
Except for the ones that don't have Smogon strategies. Like Meganium, for some reason, even though it's in Scarlet and Violet. I still don't get that.
That's so weird.
Because people don't use it.
That's true, yeah, I guess. Let's hop in to see our lineups, see what these 2 teams have brought. Oh, I forgot I'm here. Hello, hi.
Oh yeah.
So from the TOKKI Absols, we have the Iron Valence, the Dragon Knight, two just immediately scary Pokemon. Serena, terrifying. Toxapex, Shedinja, and Scizorgs,
Oh
absolutely
boy.
terrifying Pokemon. But this lineup is not is equally terrifying. We have the Politoed, the Bascule Legion, the Kilowattrel, the Hisuian Gudra, Terrakion, and the Overquill. The three Hisuian Mons showing up. I like it.
Yep.
I love it. I love it.
And I know it's a steel type, but like, I think it's a steel type. Hisuian Gudra's shell is just really shiny.
Yes, it's really shiny. Um, let's get started with battle number 2 for week number 1. Let's go. The TOKKI Absols are going to lead with the try and hit me Shedinja with the Fortitude of the Terrakion. The immediate Stone Edge misses, and the Hone Claws going into the Shedinja here. What a lucky break. The switch into Baby. Polytoad, I love these names already. The Electric Terra immediately into the Baton Pass to the Dragonite. Oh, that's terrifying. Terrifying. The Dragon Dance getting boosted already with the additional Home Claws boost, but the Toxic is going to connect and put this Dragonite on a timer now. The Earthquake is going to do a little over half the damage. A lot of damage for an Earthquake, with an Encore being stuck into the Earthquake, which could be really good switch fodder at this point. The Dragonite does switch, though, into the Shedinja, and they switch into the Kilowattrel. Mine? I love it. The switch, though, from the Kilowattrel into the intimidating... whatever the heck this thing is called.
I don't. I
Overquill.
don't get the reference.
I don't know either, but to get a Poltergeist resistant from Poltergeist, try and kill me the Toxapex, going into two spikes from the Overquill. The Overquill almost back to full HP from the Black Slugs, I think it had. Another round of spikes going up, and the Scald is going to do a little bit of chip damage, but not too much, and unfortunately not getting the burn as well. We switch from the Overquill into the Kilowattrel, and they switch into the Serena from the Toxapex, and the rain is going to stop. But the Volt switch going in from the Kilowattrel, switching out into the Overquill again. The Intimidate, that Intimidate is scary though. With the Rapid Spin, it's going to boost the speed of the Serena, but of course the attack is lower, so that is kind of a hindrance at that point. The switch into Bug Friend, the Scizor, I love it, with the Rain Dance being set up by the Overquill. The Overquill switching out into the Basculegion. Ito, I don't know what that means, but it's resistant hit, but still doing a lot of damage, even though it's a resistant hit. Scizor is just absolutely terrifying. Scizor going back into the Shedinja with a flip turn. Of course, they're going to be immune because of the Wonder Guard. A really good prediction from the TOKKI Absols. The hard swap then into the Overquill again, with a Baton Pass going in from the Shedinja into the Serena. Yas Queen. The Poison Jab always going to do a lot of damage. Not enough to knock it out though, with the knockoff coming in, taking out the Black Sludge of the Overquill.
That's weird.
The swap into the Dragonite with the Poison Jab coming through from the Overquill. Sorry, I will read the chat in a second. The Roost coming in from the Dragonite is going to restore its HP quite a lot, with another layer of spikes being set up. I think that's the third layer of spikes, which is kind of scary. Oh, Rapid Spin. Never mind, the spikes are cleared. The Earthquake is going to do a lot of damage to the Overquill. Not enough to take it out, though. Another layer of spikes being set up, though. And an Extreme Speed coming in will be enough to knock out the Overquill. The first knockout of the battle on turn 19. This has been a great battle so far, I will say. Baby comes back in the Politoed with the immediate swap into the Basculegion, with an Earthquake coming in, doing some pretty good damage back to the Basculegion, but not quite enough to take it out. The Poison doing so much, and the swap into the... Oh no! The swap into the Shedinja is going to take it out. Unfortunate. At that point, the Shedinja was just kind of over. Scizor comes back in with the switch from Basculegion into Jelly Belly, the Gudra, with the Bullet Punch, of course being resistant hit, but still doing a lot of damage despite being resisted and a chunky Pokemon here. The switch from the Scizor into the Toxapex again with the immediate swap back from the Goodra into the Basculegion. Basculegion goes for the Shadow Ball, does a lot of damage to Toxapex. The Toxapex goes for the Scald. Does it get the burn? It does not get the burn, unfortunately. The Basculegion only at 8 HP. The switching out into Jelly Belly again. With the Baneful Bunker coming in. Not getting a hit though, so not getting the poison. The acid armor is terrifying, but the recover is also terrifying, boosting the Toxapex back to full. Another acid armor. The Scald coming in. Does it get the burn? Still no burn from the Scald. That's kind of unfortunate, I think. The Heavy Slam doing nothing. The Scald doing nothing, but getting the burn this time. Alright, the burn does connect. However, with the leftovers and the burn, it's going to be just canceling out every single time. Toxapex comes in, but the Serena is going to fall to the Spikes. The Spikes being a really unfortunate setup, especially on the rapid spinning Mom. Dragonite comes in. Does it have Defog? It has Roost. It's going to heal its HP back up. And the acid armor. Oh, the acid armor getting it to max defenses. This Goodra is scary. Another Roost coming in. And the body press is going to do some pretty good damage, but because of the burn, it doesn't do enough. I forgot about the burn. The Earthquake is going to do barely anything, though, to this just fully stacked up Goodra. The body press doing a little bit more chip damage, but the poison is going to take the Dragonite really, really low. The Earthquake is going to do a little bit more damage, just to get some chip, I would think, with a life dew. Goodra, what are you doing? The Toxic is going to take out the Dragonite. And the life dew from the Goodra is going to make it just survivable. The agility coming in through the Bug Friend to get it speedy as heck, but the body press is going to do so much damage back to the Scizor.
This Goodra is basically immortal at this point.
Literally close combat, only doing 19% of the damage to this Goodra. The body press is going to take down the Scizor, leaving just 2 Pokemon left against this absolute heckin' tank.
They named it Jelly Belly, but it doesn't really seem like jelly at this point.
It's like a heckin' diamond or something. The Iron Valiant going for the Calm Mind, getting his boost, but the Heavy Slam doing so much damage, but luckily the burn is going to cut whatever damage it did in half. The Moonblast is going to do some good damage, but it won't be enough to take it down, but the Heavy Slam, unfortunately, will be leaving just the Toxapex left to try to deal with the rest of this team. To be fair, I think Toxapex, if anything could do it, it'd be Toxapex. But, of course, it's the type disadvantage at this point. The Life Dew is going to bring it back to over half, with the Scald only able to do chip damage. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't...
Yeah,
I don't know.
Don't really want to... Okay, this is gonna take a while.
This is gonna take a little bit. But we're here for it. We're here for it. I mean, Moonblast is a special move, so it makes sense that it did some pretty good damage despite being resisted.
Yeah. Yeah, because all Goodra has is physical defense, not, like...
Oh, the swap! Because it was going nowhere. That makes sense. The Scald coming through, resistant hit, doing 11% damage. Pretty decent, but, of course, does this thing have Thunder? No, it switches into the Kilowattrel with a Toxic. The Toxic is going to land and put the Seagull from Finding Nemo on a timer. And the Baneful Bunker coming through. Good move on the Baneful Bunker. And the Discharge is scary. Oh, right, no, probably doesn't have Thunder. I'm dumb. You're right. But the Discharge coming through doing so much damage. Will it be able to recover up? It does recover up, getting it back to 3/4 of its HP. Another Baneful Bunker incoming, question mark. Oh, the Electric Terra. No Baneful Bunker. The Discharge is going to knock out the Toxapex. And that boosted Electric type hit would guarantee the knockout. the Brandon Bayleefs coming out as the winners, but the TOKKI Absols with a really good showing for their first week. Just unfortunately, that heckin'
That
Gudra,
Gudra.
that heckin' Gudra.
I will say, that Moonblast doing so much damage is actually kind of surprising because, like, yeah, Gudra had 4 times physical defense, but Hisui and Gudra's base stats, it's got 150 special defense.
Whoa, what? Okay, well, wow, terrifying.
How did that Moonblast do so much?
Wow. It was calm minded up, but it had one calm mind, but still, that's terrifying. But good
Like, I'm
games.
just sitting here, like, I just pulled up Cerebi to check, and it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, 34%. That's terrifying. That okay. So Iron Valiant, scary. Gudra, scary. Both teams did really well here. I know that TOKKI Absols was kind of upset about their loss, but honestly, you did great against the seasoned veteran, one of the seasoned veterans of this league. So you did fantastic. Don't let a loss get you down. You're doing fantastic.